Good morning or good afternoon, rather, and welcome everybody to our webinar today. We're super excited to share this with you. We are talking today about developing a marketing calendar so that everybody, you're on track all year round. We're heading into a new month, a new season. So it's time to rock and roll. So we're excited. As Darryl said earlier, we do have a fully packed hour today. So if you'll stick around afterwards, we are going to be doing some coaching and taking your questions at the end of today's webinar. To get the most success out of today's webinar.
Hang on. I'm having a tech problem here. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Go ahead.
We want you to take really good notes. And we also want you to use that Q&A panel there to ask any questions that you might have. To reach us at any time after today's webinar, you can reach us at Darryl Speaks on all social media networks. Darryl's the author of 3 books, all published by McGraw-Hill Publishers. That first one you see there, How to Become a Power Agent in Real Estate, it's actually the #1 selling book to real estate agents on Amazon. Darryl was named one of the top newsmakers in 2021, FIRA's Media Magazine, in the Inspirations, Big-Hearted and Brave category. Darryl is also the recipient of the coveted CSP designation given by the National Speakers Association to less than 2% of speakers worldwide. On that note, let's talk about your 12-month marketing calendar for success.
All right. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to this webinar. I always start off these weekly webinars the same way because we always have new people joining us. And it's to answer this question: is this webinar a sales pitch? The answer is absolutely not. You're going to get a tremendous amount of value. But what I do want to say is we have 2 groups of people on this call. We have our power agents. These are people in our coaching program. And then we have people who are our guests. And the reason why I just like to cover that up front is these weekly trainings are for our power agent members. But if you are a guest, you are going to get a tremendous amount of value. But the reason why I'm sharing that is because from time to time, I do speak to the power agents, like as a sidebar thing. And so I'm just letting you know that in advance. Now, those of you that are guests, though, we're going to give you an opportunity at the end of the webinar. And we're going to also go an extra 30 minutes in coaching, by the way. Just to give you a Reader's Digest version for the guests, the Power Program is our membership that's valued at $197. It has so much content and value and training and support and da-da. But because of the pandemic, we had kept it locked in at this price, and people who joined at that price, they're grandfathered in when we go back and raise the price. But if you're a guest, you can actually kick the tires for a full month for only $5. And you have entire access to the website, so nothing's held back from you. You're going to get huge bonuses today. And Julie was just working on a slide that I'll show you at the end of one of the bonuses we're going to give you. And you can cancel anytime. So it's pretty a great deal. Now, I'm going to talk to the power agents just for a second. Power agents, I want to remind you that every month, our team puts together this calendar that gives you tips and suggestions every day. Like if you ever wonder what you should be doing to forward your business, it's just like one little tip. Like this week coming up, there's a reminder about Realtor RPR. We're doing a special training just for power agents on Thursday. There's the directory suggestion that you should fill that out. If you haven't done that, start sending out greeting cards. So every day we try and give you a tip. So there's 365 tips during the year to help you stay focused. Power agents, today's webinar, it's about marketing. I want to just tell you everything I'm going to teach today. When you're in the website of the Power Program, when you log in with username and password and you go to Classroom, as you know, there's all the sections of the training. There is that tab called Farming and Self-Promotion and Mailing. So a lot of what I'm giving you today, almost all of it is from that page. All right, so let's get into this topic. I do want to warn everybody, I'm going to cover this 12-month marketing calendar. It's going to feel like maybe drinking from a fire hose. I was talking to one of our power agents. She may be on the call, Joanne. And Joanne was like, Darryl, you give so much in a short period of time. Maybe just give a little bit. So I just want to be clear with you all. You don't have to do everything I'm going to teach you today. I'm giving you suggestions. And, if you just implement a few of these, you're going to do really well. So the first part that I want to cover with you is I want to give you some miscellaneous thoughts when it comes to a marketing calendar. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the calendar quarter by quarter. I'm very excited about it. I love this webinar. But first, let me give you some concepts, okay? So the first concept is if when you're doing a marketing calendar, a marketing self-promotion, you want to have some money put aside because you don't want to just do it sporadically, like if you had a good month of money and then you just spend it. You want to have some strategy to it. And a marketing calendar takes time for it to stick with the audience that you're marketing to. So make sure you have some money to invest in this long term, and I say 6 months. The second thing is, if you don't have a CRM, you shouldn't even start a campaign. The CRM is the center of your, it's like your marketing hub. It keeps track of your clients, your relationships, your leads, what you've sent out. You know, Power Agents, as you know, if you don't have a CRM, we have contracted with another company and we wrote and customized a program just for you called Power Builder. And in the Power Builder, a lot of the letters and flyers that we've written for you is actually also in the Power Builder, right? So, and that's part of marketing. So make sure you have that CRM. The next thing is you want to develop your mailing list. Now, the common way of promoting and marketing yourself is to stick with your town or stick with a neighborhood or a subdivision, a gated community, whatever, a couple of condo buildings. So you've got to put your list together. Now, one of the ways that we recommend putting your list together, we have a couple of relationships we built, like with Cold Directory. They're awesome. RedX, they have this thing called GeoLeads. And everybody, when you go into your RedX account and you go to GeoLeads, you can type in an address if you're going to do geographic and say, listen, give me a list of all the people around this particular home. And you can actually segment it out based on income levels or how long they've been in the property. And then you can download that list into an Excel file. You then take this Excel file and upload it to your CRM. Now, by the way, those of you that have the Power Builder CRM, they hold your hand. The support team on that just hold your hand through that. But you want to definitely put together and develop your mailing list if you're going to start doing mailings and marketing and email and all that stuff to a group of people. Okay, the next thing is write out your campaign. So you want to have some strategy to this, right? One of the things I suggest is you put together a calendar or campaign self-promotion calendar like this, where you say, okay, you know, if you wanted to do some local print advertising is one of the tips we have there, marketing update, neighborhood market report, door knocking, canvassing, social media, etc. So you just write, I mean, Power Agents, we give you this blank form that you can design it yourself. So this is just a sample. But you'll notice that there's some strategy here. Obviously, social media is happening every month. Some months you'll spend more money in other things. There's towards the bottom, there's the school marketing. So have some kind of system and plan is what you're going to do over the next 12 months. And then finally, what I'm going to suggest that you do is, this is again a suggestion, is part of your campaign, you may want to include just as a message to put out there that you want to help drive some revenue to a charity or foundation that you're passionate about. And it shouldn't be the only focus that you do, but it should be part of your business plan, in my opinion. So for example, our company, when we discovered that food insecurity has more than doubled in the United States because of the pandemic, in January of this year, we launched where we're donating and paying for meals for Feeding America. And our goal right now is to hit 100,000 meals by the middle of the year. And right now we're at almost 33,000 meals that the Power Agents through their trial has actually contributed to. So this is something that my company's passionate about, that's always there for us. And so we're working to serve and help people. And I suggest that you find a cause that you can get excited about for your business. Now, this marketing calendar, now Power Agents, again, what you're looking at on the screen is in that farming tab that I told you about. And by the way, everybody on this call, I'll tell you how to get copies of all this at the end. But this quarterly calendar, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down quarter by quarter. I'm going to start with the second quarter, and I'm going to give you a slew of suggestions of what you can do in each one of those quarters. Like I said, this is a fire hose. You should not do all of these things, just maybe one or two items in each quarter, right? So let's start with the second quarter that we're going into. The weather's getting nice in most parts of the country. Those of you that are in the South and California and all that stuff, it's always been nice. But, globally or in the United States as a whole, this is a good time to really start thinking about door knocking, right? Now, when you door knock, let me give you some suggestions. Here's the dialogue, and I'll just go through this quickly because I have a lot to cover. I have a whole year to teach you, so we're going to just touch upon things. But when you door knock, hi, I'm this Darryl Davis. How are you? Right, I hope I haven't interrupted you. The reason why I'm stopping by is to let you know I've been sending you some information about the market to keep you informed about what's going on in the neighborhood. Have you been getting that information? They say yes. Okay, great. I also want to introduce myself and then maybe give them something of value. And there's a couple of things that you can do when you're door knocking, and I'll cover those things. But one of them that this dialogue is geared towards is the neighborhood market report. You'll see it there in that when that paragraph it starts off with, oh, by the way, to me, the neighborhood market report is awesome. The neighborhood market report is essentially a CMA, but we call it here at Power Headquarters the neighborhood market report. And the reason why is because most civilians don't know what a CMA stands for. But neighborhood market report, it's pretty clear. The title says it all. And it's a really powerful thing. And I think homeowners should actually, just like they have a physical done every year, at least they should, I believe that every homeowner should have a house physical once a year on the value of their house. And so that's what the neighborhood market report is. The other thing you can do is stop by with a gift, what we call smile stops. And the reason why we call them smile stops at Power Headquarters is because the acronym for SMILE is this. The S stands for service. You're focusing on serving, not selling. You're focusing on giving to people, not taking. The M stands for meeting face to face. It's a smile stop. You're stopping by their house. You invite them to share their needs or ask questions. In other words, you invite them to have a conversation with you when you do go by and you drop off. You want to have that dialogue, that conversation. L, you leave something behind, the gift, and then you elevate the relationship. Now, let me give you an example in April, some of the smile stops you can do. It's National Pecan Month. I didn't know that, but Julie creates these, and Julie is the company mother as well. She knows about cooking. She's laughing. She really is. So anyway, those things I would not know. I didn't know it was National Pecan Month. So you can stop by with gourmet pecans and with a note that says, I'm nuts about referrals. Thanks for being a great client. Oh, these are so corny. April 7th is World Health Day, which I feel like every day in 2020 is Health Day. Send out a box of Band-Aids or drop by with a box of Band-Aids and say, I've got the solution to ensure your real estate investment stays healthy. You see? Anyway, there's a lot of play on words and jelly beans. I'm sweet on referrals. So Power Agents, talking to you guys for a second. We created, or Julie created, smile stops for you every month of the year because that's how she is. She over-delivers and we under-promise. So you have a ton of stuff. Now, Mary, I don't know if Mary is on the call. She's one of our Power Agents in our Power Agent Close group. She posted the screenshot that she was doing smile stops with those marshmallow peeps. And you'll see there on the screen, do you have any peeps with real estate needs? I can help, call, text, or email me. Do you have any peeps? Yeah. So, but what she wrote was Easter time smile stops. I'm having so much fun doing this. And I love that. I'm so happy that Murray's having fun with this. And it's fun. It's fun to do, right? It's fun to do, and it's prospecting, and it's getting to know people. So smile stops. Now, also, you may want to offer either in a mailing, in a smile stop, in your mailings, if you wanted to, you can put together items. So Christina, one of our Power Agents, said the information is amazing. You're never at a loss. The investment is worth much more. What I'm going to show you is just some of the things that Power Agents have access to. It's quite incredible. So We have a bunch of forms and flyers and checklists. Actually, we have over 500 in the Power Program website. So what you can do, Power Agents, and the guests, like, if you can create or write something similar to what we give our students, is you can offer, hey, listen, if you're a buyer looking to buy a house, I have a buyer package that includes a loan application checklist. If you're thinking about buying a new home, what should you consider? The top 100 reasons why you may want to consider an agent. And I will tell you this multiple offer negotiation e-guide. Julie, how many pages is that? We're going to give that as a bonus to everybody to tell you. How many is in there?
I want to say like 13, but I'd have to double check for sure.
Yeah, what's awesome about that, gang, is what you do is give that to a buyer or to a seller to let them know in a multiple offer situation, which we're experiencing, how to deal with that. And it's really one of our better pieces. Now, a seller package, you can put together some, forms and flyers. Your company might have some, and create your own little package. Curb appeal on a budget, the top 10 projects to increase your home value. Is your house the best looking house on the block? How to do that? 7 ways to appeal to the next generation buyer. So you can put together these value pieces. Now, another thing you can do is get like e-guides and offer people. Now, e-guides are like bigger, right? There's several pages. Like now this seller's guide that we just put together is actually 43 pages. And listen, if you're a power agent, you have access to all the things I'm showing you. But if you're not a power agent, you may have some guides that your company might have, or you can find some guides. I don't know any company that produces the guides that we do, because we have a full-time staff that just pumps these out. But just to give you an example, this is the latest one we just finished, the seller's guide. And they're just really beautiful pieces. Now, you can imagine printing this out and binding it and putting your contact information and stopping by and giving something of such high quality or value that looks like you wrote it. You take credit for it, yeah? So you'll notice that last screenshot was you put your photo there. So let me give you some examples of other e-guides that you can do. Power Agents, there's the Easy Move Guide, which this thing has turned, it's supposed to be just a couple of pages. It turned to like over 13. The 8 risks homeowners take when they choose to sell on their own. Another great value piece. And of course, these things help direct people to hire you. The 184 things I do to earn my commission. Just that I've seen some power agents actually use this on listing appointments as part of their presentation, right? It's a great objection handler. The 2021 predictions in real estate. Now, we obviously launched this in December. And some of these predictions have already started to come true, and there's more to come. So that's another powerful piece. A good move for kids. I really like this idea of giving something of value for children. Now, the reason why we wrote this one, and I just want to aside, is that when there's a move and there's children involved, it's usually, studies have shown it can be a little traumatic, and children are not really good at communicating that, so sometimes it gets missed. And so we created this thing, how to make it fun for children. To help lessen literally the dramaticness of that for them, right? So anyway, just value piece. So my point here, gang, is power agents, we have for you, guests on the call, creating some kind of either package or e-guide that you can offer as a value piece to the market that you're promoting to. Consider doing monthly newsletters. So for example, I'll just show you some now listen, monthly newsletters, that is old strategy, but it's new again because people have gotten so overwhelmed with emails that people are more committed to deleting than they are to opening. Yeah. So it's almost like when people get mail now, they look forward to it. So for example, here's what April might look like. And here's another one, April, May. Then you've got June. So having really quality newsletter pieces going into the mailbox of the area that you're promoting to every month is a powerful, powerful tool. One of our power agents told us that their neighbor dragged them into their house to say, listen, I did what you said in one of the newsletters. I organized my cabinets and look at it. They were so excited to share that. Encourage people to receive an updated market analysis, which I said is the neighborhood market report. So one of the things you can do is send out a certificate-looking piece to your farm area and tell them, listen, I'm offering this neighborhood market report. It's important. Here's why. Your house is your most important asset. You might be amazed at how much your house is worth, which is another option you can do, is the over-the-phone market analysis. Listen, there are some people who would love to know how much the house is worth from a real estate professional, but they don't want the agent coming over and selling them. So this talks about where you can actually do an over-the-phone market analysis, give them an idea how much your house is worth over the phone. Now, here's the let me give you a little teacher moment here. Obviously, you can't give them an actual specific number without you seeing the house. So what you'll do is you'll give them a big range, like a big range. The whole purpose of this initial is to build relationship, to get them to like you and trust you and start a dialogue. Now, when you give them that big range and you say to them, listen, if you want a more accurate number, I would need to physically come see your house, Mary, and I'm going to be in the area later tonight. You want me to stop by tonight, or does tomorrow work better for you? Here's another suggestion, is public and neighborhood open house. The neighborhood open house is where you're inviting just the neighbors, which I won't get into teaching today, but doing any kind of open house is a huge marketing thing in this market. And the reason why is because the lines that are getting formed at open houses today is just incredible. I want you to imagine that you're running an open house and you're streaming it on Facebook with lines like this. Is that good marketing? Absolutely. It's marketing to several ways. Number one, it creates a perception how successful you are. Number two is it creates the bug. Wow, this real estate market's crazy. Three, all of those homeowners on the block that are seeing this line, they're like, what the hell's going on over here? That's an advertisement to that neighborhood about how great you are and what you do and how great the market is, et cetera, et cetera. So to me, these open, if you don't have a listing, ask an agent if you can hold one of their listings open for them. Some top agents, they can't do open houses on all of their properties. They would love an agent to do it. You stream it to your Facebook page, okay? Now, smile stops for past clients. So these smile stops are really for people that you want to spend extra money on, right? Because they're a little bit more expensive. So, for example, well, it depends. I shouldn't say that. It depends on your budget. If you have enough money to, like one of our power agents, Larry, he's like he'll buy 400 pieces and he gives out 400 things. It's expensive, but he's a top agent. He's got the money to do it. A package of flower seeds you can drop off with a little note, say, thanks for helping me bloom. Your referrals appreciated. Swedish fish. This is one of Julie's. It's a little bit too cheesy for me. It's officially summer. I think you were drinking, Julie, when you wrote some of these little corny things. All right. Anyway, so the next one over here, we've got interview vendor partners. Now, so business associates, so vendors, I suggest that you call vendors that you work with, loan officers, title companies, stuff like that. Say, hi, John, this is Darryl. How you doing? Listen, the reason why I'm calling is because I'm in this real estate mastery program, if you're a power agent. And one of the things that they mentioned is how important it is to build other business associates, help build their business. And of course, I thought of you. So I wanted to ask you, are you taking on any new clients? And if so, is it okay if I refer business to you? Bing! Wow, mic drop. That's awesome. If you call your insurance broker, you call your attorney, you call a whole bunch of people, say, listen, is it okay if are you looking to build your client base? Can I refer people to you? And of course, what are they going to say? Yeah, of course. So how should I contact you? Should your email or your cell phone or blah, blah? Great. I'll make sure to start sending business your way. By the way, who do you know that is thinking about buying a real estate right now? And now you ask for that referral. Well, one of the things you can also do is create a list of some of your trusted advisors, people that you recommend, attorneys, carpet cleaners, cleaning service contractors, driveway mason, and create a flyer and also give that out to the people you're promoting to as another value-added piece. You put together the list of some of your greatest people that you recommend. Another thing you can do is send out a community survey to the area that you're marketing to. So, for example, here's some of the questions you can put in the survey. You can use a great company called SurveyMonkey if you wanted to do it all digital. Do you think real estate prices are going to continue to rise this year? What do you like best about your neighborhood? What do you think is the biggest real estate challenge we may experience in 2021? How long have you lived in your current home? And do you know how much your house is worth? Lastly, if you were to move, where would you move to? Now, part of the survey is helping you get a sense of your people that you're marketing to. It also helps identify that there might be some people in that pile that you're sending out to, that you're promoting to, that are potential sellers or buyers right now. So powerful idea is sending out a survey. So that's the second quarter, slew of ideas. Here's the third quarter. By the way, I'm going to finish this webinar with the first quarter of 2022. So, of course, don't forget the newsletters. Sending out those newsletters to me is once you do newsletters, it's a set and forget. You know, once you get your list and you've got your letters already written for you, you just pump those suckers out. One of the things during the summer you can do is hold the movie event. Now, one of our power agents have done this very successful. I talk about it all the time, Joanne, because she's done so great at this. And now Joanne's been a power agent for years, and I'm just going to show you a couple of the ones that she has done. She has such a giving heart, Joanne. Anyway, she got this one here she did, which was out in the lawn that she did. It was Young Frankenstein. She did it out so people brought their chairs. They sat on the grass. It was a little chilly. I actually attended. I had to bring a blanket. It was cold. Then she did this one, which was a drive-in movie theater one, where people got to stay in their cars. And what was cool about that is that she got a company to actually manage the whole thing for her, right? So I'll talk about that in a second. But this process, what happened was people stayed in their car and they listened to the movie through their car radio. Pretty cool. And of course, there was a commercial up front before the movie started. Joanne welcomed people. They got tchotchkes in a little bag of things when they pulled through the gated area. So she got to meet every car that came in and they got to meet her. Great stuff. Great marketing. Now, one of the things you can do is you can actually license. You can pay one fee to this group. They have a whole catalog of movies, an annual fee. It's not expensive. It's a few $100s. And then you can pick any movie that you want. Then you need the equipment. For example, the projector, the screen. This over here is the device that actually will take the audio from the device and beam it to the cars. It's an FM transmitter. Or the best way to do it, which is how Joanne did it, was actually, if you were to Google in your area, outdoor moving companies in my area, when you Google it, you will find, and the company that I found when I did it turns out to be the same company that Joanne used, called Stargaze. And you'll see the prices. You know, you just cut them a check. They cover the licensing fee. They bring a tech there. They manage the film, the showing the film, the technical stuff. You can order some extra things like popcorn and the thing about it. And I think, I forgot what Joanne said, the whole thing might have cost out of her pocket $500-700, something like that, because she had sponsors too that offset some of the expense. I think it was only one sponsor. So it's not that expensive. And here's the good thing about doing events, gang. You get a lot of mileage out of it because it's not just a one-off thing, right? So like sending out a newsletter, that's a one-off thing. It's consistent though, which is key. But if you're doing a movie event, what's awesome about something like that is it's not just the event itself, but it's all the marketing and promotion before and after the event. So you get several weeks of great marketing from that. So school supply events. So going into the school season, there's, these school teachers, I don't know how most of these schools, they have issues with supplies. So what you can do is maybe put together and help raise for a class or for a school, some school supplies. Now, there's some turnkey companies like this company, or this is an example. This is not a company that did, but what they did was they had the whole scanner thing. They promoted it like this. And there are some companies that are turnkey like this one, Operation Backpack. You can actually just raise money and do it that way. So instead of you doing a local school, which is what I prefer you to do, because you'll get more connected with your community. But you don't. This is an easier way to do it. It's just to help raise some money for that. You could get a little bit more detail with this. There's companies that actually have fundraiser packages. You know, when the kids come to your door and they're knocking, they're trying to sell you a box of cookies or something like that. Those companies, I see some questions coming in. We're going to answer questions at the end, but you can start writing the questions now. That's a good idea. And because we're going to read them in order. You're going to get copies of the slides, Power Agents, and anybody that does a trial. So we'll talk about that later. But anyway, so there's some companies like the Goodies Factory where they have it's a turnkey marketing package, right? So there's the kit, the advertisements, the products, the forms to fill out. So you can actually do a fundraiser for a school with a turnkey package, like something like the Seas Candy. They have a turnkey, great candy, love their candy. And then there's the Auntie Anne's pretzels. There's another one. Look at the cinnamon bun. I'm getting yum. Okay, so they have turnkey stuff, you know, so you can raise money, use the money to help the school and buying supplies. Here's one of my favorites is the sponsoring school folders. Now, let me tell you this. Listen, you should start getting ready for this. I love this idea. This is a hot idea. A lot of schools, they have the kids, they get a folder. The kids have to get the folder. And the folder is a homework folder. Any parents, you know what I'm talking about. So what happens is on Monday, the teacher puts all the homework for the kid for the next 5 days in the homework folder. The kid takes the folder and brings it home. And then mommy and daddy help the kid do the homework. And then they bring the folder back. And it goes back and forth every day for the whole school season. What I would like you to do is sponsor that folder for a class or for a whole school. If you were to look, this is an example. This is a homework folder. What you can do is actually pay for the folders. And you have the right to, and it's okay to do it, you know, compliments out, bada bing. And you put your contact information. Don't have a big half a page ad that would be obnoxious. Just a little something at the bottom. If you go to this company, it's called Schoolmate. If you go to Schoolmate, look at the prices. Let me jump over to 1,000 for a full color. The first line let's go to multicolor. Multicolor, the more expensive for 1,000 is 86 cents a folder. So that comes out to what is that? $860 to sponsor 1,000 folders. But the shelf life, that folder is going back and forth every day between the teacher. I love this, man. This is powerful. That's powerful. That's some powerful advertising. Also, don't forget Smile Stops for past cons. Again, you don't do all the Smile Stops because you're going to be spending a lot of money on candy and stuff. Maybe once a quarter, you go door to door, you Smile Stops people, or maybe 3 times a year. But in this particular quarter, here's some Smile Stops ideas. A box of come as chiama sparklers. Wishing you a sparkling Independence Day. I'm here to help you with your real estate needs. National S'mores Day. You deliver a box of s'mores, graham crackers, a little kit. You can buy the kits, the s'mores. And then a little note, if you ever need more information on the real estate market. Oh, Julie. Okay. Anyway, you get the point. Okay. Hold a how-to webinar for your buyers. So hold a how-to webinar for your buyers during this time of year. By the way, you can switch things around. Some of you say, I don't want to wait till the third quarter. I want to do the second quarter. That's fine. I'm just giving you ideas. You do what you want. Move it around. We have standard flyers for the Power Agents, where you just pop in your information. Now, some of you don't feel like you're a speaker. You see what I did over here? You don't have to be a speaker. You have guest speakers. You have a title company, mortgage company, a home inspector, a termite, whatever. You give each one like a 15-minute spot. There's 4 of them. There's an hour. Maybe you give it to 3. You do the 4. So that's an hour, and you can open up with or close with questions and answers. So you can do it an hour and a half right over there. You can do this online. You can do it. We're starting to open it up by this time of the year. Hopefully, we'll be back into the hotels. So anyway, okay. Free ice cream event. You can do that. So listen, I used to Let me just tell you, I don't know if I have time to. I used to before I got into real estate, when I was 18, 19, I used to sell ice cream. It was Circus Man ice cream. I used to dress up like a clown and drive around and sell ice cream in East Rockaway, Long Island, New York. Anyway, so I know a little bit about ice cream, and there's a huge markup on ice cream. It's actually not as expensive to get at wholesale. There's some companies that you can actually rent a truck, buy the ice cream wholesale, and then drive around an area. Now, some of these companies, they'll actually provide the driver as well. So there's an option that now watch this. What you do is you create a postcard and mail out to your neighbors and to the area that you're marketing to, saying you're going to be in the area this date and this time to give out free ice cream to the kids. Use this card as a coupon. The kids can bring the coupon or whatever. So, but of course, you got to be prepared to give it to everybody, right? Because some kids are going to hear the truck. Oh, they come out. I don't have a card. What are you talking about? But you listen. Let me tell you something. You mail this out to the houses. I'm going to be in the area giving out to the kids and whatever. They're going to come greet you. The parents are going to greet. Oh, this is so nice you're doing. This is a great rapport builder with the parents in your area. Now, one of the things you could do, I like this idea, and that is spotlight top listings from your MLS. So what you can do is send out an email or flyer. Let me show you what I mean. So we're copying this idea from Zillow, which I feel is totally okay because they copied from us. By the way, we're doing a special webinar coming up in how many weeks? 2 weeks on now that the title of the webinar is what do you do now that Zillow is a real estate brokerage? A competing real estate brokerage. So we're very excited about this webinar for you guys to help you because they are your competitor now. But anyway, that's not today. So one of the things that they do, Zillow, which I think is really great, they send out these emails to their list that talks about spotlighting certain houses, like listings we love, the Midwest Sanctuary, the Romantic Tudor, the Storybook about. So what they do is they take these listings, your list, our listings, and they advertise it to generate more leads by giving it a name. So you might have some listings in your company, yours, your MLS, whatever, and you may want to just spotlight that listing and give it a little cute name, a local listing. See, this is a national thing that they do. You just take the concept and do locally. It's a good lead gen. Now, we're going into the fourth quarter. Here's what you do. Somebody asked Deborah, can you door knock in COVID? Yeah, you can. It depends on your state. But I believe every state you can door knock now during the COVID. And you just want to be respectful, have your mask on, keep social distance. I think you're fine with that. So now, this last quarter here, trunk or treat. I love this trunk or treat. I never knew what trunk or treat was. I learned it a couple of years ago. So what a trunk or treat is, instead of, for those of you who don't know, because I thought I knew everything, I didn't know this, that instead of the kids going door to door, they actually go into a parking lot and the neighbors decorate their trunk to look something like this. And so what happens is the kids in the parking lot, they go from car to car instead of house to house. I love this. I love this for so many reasons. We love it so much, we actually created a planning guide, an event guide on how to promote a trunk or treat event with letters, social media, flyers, checklists, the whole 9 yards. And the reason why I love this so much, gang, is because you have your farm area. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. They're all in a parking lot in one place. In the COVID, it was brilliant because it's outdoors and made it easier to be safe. And you get to meet your entire community in this one spot over here. So I just love this. Now, what we did because of that, we got so excited, we launched this thing also called the Holidays Hero Project, which is not just, we took the Halloween idea and we brought it to Christmas and Thanksgiving. Now, I'm going to show you something that's an open website. So give me a second here. The Holiday Heroes Drive, what that is this. We created, if you all want to just jot down that website, holidayheroesproject.com, because it's a totally open site. There's no passwords. There's no asking people to give us their emails. What we did is just to give to the community is we created this. If you wanted to do a food drive or a toy drive, clothing drive during the holiday season, November, December. We created these templates that you can plug in information, the flyers, promotional stuff. We created a whole operations manual on how to run a holiday event, using also the Holiday Heroes Project, because anybody that donates, they're a hero, right? So they're a holiday hero, and you want people to be holiday heroes to give back to people who are in need. And so we created this incredible, as you can see, it's a lot of pages. This whole book, everything that I'm showing you, is on that website, holidayheroesproject.com. It's all open. It's all free. Just take it, use it as much as you want. So anyway, so there's just that idea. These are just some of the flyers. Okay. Very simple. Simple strategy is call people and wish them a happy holiday. Now, I've said this before. One of the things I'm not a fan of is people sending out holiday cards when they haven't heard from you all year. Like, I don't know about you. I have relatives. They send me pictures of the family, a holiday card. I don't hear from them the whole year, but I get this picture, holiday card, and I look at it. I don't even know who it is. Who is this family member? I know that I recognize the last name, but I don't know this cousin of mine who is. So anyway, don't do that. If you're going to send out anything during the holidays, first do a call, because then it'll seem more authentic. So reach out to people, just wish them a happy holidays before you mail them something. If you haven't talked to them all year, volunteer during the holidays in a soup kitchen or something like that. You can actually create an event. There was a thing called the Holiday Project, not the Holiday Heroes, a Holiday Project, something I was involved in for years, where we went to nursing homes on Christmas morning, and we gave out things and we sang carols. So, and I was the facility manager. I managed I got the people together. It's very rewarding. And this is something you may want to do too during the holidays. Give back to the community and either volunteer or you be the leader of an event in your community. What else we got? Smile Stops. Don't forget Smile Stops. Here's some suggestions for that quarter. Is for October, a pumpkin carving kit with a note. Let's carve out some time to talk about real estate referrals. Thanks for being a great client. Pumpkin or apple pie. Say, any way you slice it, you're appreciated. This is my favorite one, though. Wrapping paper, because it's cheap. Thanks for helping me wrap up a great year. But I like that one. That's easy, because everybody can do that. You can buy a whole bunch of those. Now let's talk about the first quarter. The first quarter, what you're going to do is anybody that closes this year, they're going to need their HUD statement for the tax write-offs to give to the accountant to do the tax return. Now, listen, they get a copy of the HUD form at closing, but most of the people, like if you have a closing today, like they're not going to remember where the heck they put that, come January 2022. So what you'll do is when you go to the closing, you ask the title company for a copy of the HUD closing statement for your company files. You then send out a copy at January 2nd. Dear Hanahan, I hope the new year is off to a great start. Congratulations again on the sale or the purchase of your home last year. It was a pleasure to work with you. And close, you'll find a copy of the HUD statement from your closing. This is an important document. You need this for your taxes. Just give it to your accountant. They'll know what to do with it. I'm always here as a resource for you. Anyway, the letter goes on. But the point is, that's a great little touch at the beginning of the year of all the closing you have. Now, here's what you do, gang. Listen, and here's a little time management tip. If you have a closing today after this webinar, you get the HUD form, you get your check, you leave the closing table, you come back to the office, you print out that letter, photocopy the HUD form, stick it in an envelope, lick it, write it, stamp it, and put it in a box. Bing, it's done. Do it right after the closing. January 2nd, you take your box of letters and you go to the post office and you hand them in. Hopefully you got a box. You got a lot of closings. Okay. Now, here's something else. Review your mailing campaign at the beginning of the year. You may want to do this one now, by the way. Let me share with you what I mean. So again, I love these newsletters. What's old is new again. People, they tell us There's been a study done. When people get mail now, they pay attention to it because the email is so noisy. People it's almost like Christmas every day. People look for something real to touch and feel and look and engage with. Anyway, so one of the things you may want to do is send out a letter. It says, "Dear Hana, my name is Darryl Davis, specialized selling homes in the area. I've chosen your area because it's a delightful, pleasant, and convenient place to live. Not to mention the fact that I live in the neighborhood. It's for this reason I find it easy and excited about marketing and selling in this neighborhood, etc., etc." Well, I've enclosed a flyer, one of the homes we're currently marketing. So a simple letter with a little promotional flyer. You sign it, you fold it, you stuff it, you seal it, you stamp it, you dress it, you send that up. Boom. Here's another one. This is my favorite. These, I'm going to show you 3 letters. So you got the newsletter if you want. In addition, you want to ramp it up a little bit. Imagine sending out these 3 letters. Letter number 1. Dear Hana, I'm delighted to announce I just sold a home located at 10 Umpty Lane. You don't put the price, you just put the address. Now, next month, second month, you send out this letter. Dear Hana, just want to let you know, here's the following homes I've sold in the neighborhood. Now, by the way, does it say I sold it? No. But it's on my letterhead. It's on my envelope. It's my promo, right? Next month, dear Hana, just want to let you know, here's all the homes that have recently have listed and sold in the market. Now watch, month 4, you go back to the first letter. Hopefully you sold something by then. And then you just keep rotating. What you can do is just have these 3 letters and just keep changing the addresses in between. If you just keep mailing your people in your market area these 3 letters, you know what's going to happen? I've seen agents who've done this. In about a year, they own the market because people are like, geez, if I'm going to list and sell with anybody, I'm going to list with this agent because every month he's listing and selling or she's listing and selling everything in the marketplace. Creates the perception. The other thing you can do is make sure you call your farm. Which we went over a little bit. The door knocking dialogue, it's similar dialogue. You can just offer, just a little phone call, offer something, a free report, over the phone market analysis. You can hold a how-to webinar for sellers, which again, you can move these things around. I just wanted to give you a little bit of ideas in each quarter on what you can do. Also, smile stops for your past clients. We've got, let's look at January, February, March. We got January fortune cookies and wishing you good fortune in the new year. February, box of chocolate. I love McLaren's. Happy Valentine's Day. I love this one, March. You know, it's lucky. It's Leprechaun Day. Cellophane bag with chocolate coins tied with a ribbon saying, I'm lucky to have you as a client. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And then the peeps, you saw the peeps. One of our power agents is doing the peeps one. Okay, good. You could also spotlight a vendor, all the local community vendors in your marketplace. One of our power agents, Kat Ryan, she did this in December. And I've showed this before because this is a really great example. What she did was, these are screenshots of the video. This is on her personal page. I want you to notice up at the top, it says December 10th and then December 11th. So she interviewed she didn't really interview them. She actually just introduced them to her community. And I like her first one. You'll notice what it says. Greetings from Cat's Corner. Please support our local businesses. We want them to still be here long after COVID is gone. So that was really great. But here's what I want to show you. At the bottom, do you see how many likes she got? She got like 83 likes. And you'll see over to the right, she got 90 likes, 89 plus another one. And so that's in a 2-day period. So my point is that her community, the people who follow her, loved it. Usually when you do something back-to-back like that, you would see a drop in people's likes or comments. That did not happen. And look at the shares. She got people sharing, commenting. As a matter of fact, the one on the second day, she got more likes and more comments and more shares than even on the first one. So here's a suggestion I have. Now, what she did was just introduce, and they were short videos. Let me see, how long were those videos? A minute. Another one was a minute and a half. Short videos. But one of the things you could really do to really blow this up is actually not just introduce the vendor, but interview the vendor. So you'll see in the screen there, it says you can also tour the business and introduce the employees, right? So you can do like a little news reporter thing, huh? This is great. I love this. This is fun. This is fun. I've given you questions to ask the business owner. What do you like best about this community? Man, that's a great question. That question is great, not because I came up with it. It's a great question because the owner of the business is connecting with the community by that answer. It's great. Watch the next one. Why did you start this business? Now there's a little history behind the business. Well, my father used to also be in this business, and my grandfather, my father's father before that. So it's kind of a generational thing. Or I just love this, doing this type of work. I always have loved it when I was a little kid. This is great. It humanizes the owner of the business. Why did you choose this town? Oh my gosh, it's awesome. Right? Now, hopefully it's a good answer. If they say, well, it's the only one I could find, the least that I could afford. So, but hopefully it's going to be an answer like, well, because I actually went to school here and then I moved out of town and I came back because I love this town. How are you making during these challenging times? Now, in the next few months, we may edit that question because we're coming out of these challenging times. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. And what new features, items, specials have you added recently? And there's the little commercial about the business. This is a great interview. I love this idea. So some of you may want to just do this now. Okay. Sponsor a softball team. Why not? What do they say? This is why I love the ice cream one too. What do they say? An expression for the quickest way to a man's heart is through the stomach. That's true. The quickest way to a parent's heart is through the children. So and I just love children. Anyways, anything that gives back to the young kids, because they're full of possibility. It's a wonderful thing. It doesn't make you smile, it makes your heart smile. So doing something for the kids, a softball team, that's a great thing. I suggest that. Okay, so we've left time for questions and answers. Now, here's what we're going to do. I want you to start writing more questions, but before we do that, I've got a special for you guys, the guests. So hang on, because I want to give you a huge gift. So let's talk about this. First of all, the Power Program membership is $47 month to month, no long-term contract, but you can actually get started today for only $5. You have complete access to everything, and you're going to get some incredible bonuses I'm going to show you now, and you can cancel anytime. Let me give you the Reader's Digest version real quick of what the program is. Every Monday, there are coaching calls that we do for our power agents. These are live calls. They're not like this webinar. I actually get to talk to you. You can ask me questions. We get a few hundred people on the call. There's a way that we deal with the questions and how they come in. But we can talk one-on-one. I answer you. I coach you. We record it. You can listen to the recording later. One of our power agents, Celeste, she says, I set aside my coaching call every Monday and the webinars today. If I have questions, I know I can call. Also the Facebook group and the directory. I'll show you that in a second. We have these webinars are recorded so that way power agents can watch them at their own leisure. And we put them in a separate section of the website. So like today's recording will be available to all the power agents. Even those of you that become a power agent today, you'll have access to this recording. The Facebook group is incredible, in my opinion, because the giving and commitment of everybody. Some of these groups that are open to agents, the challenge is sometimes is that you'll have some negative stuff and it goes off the rails. And then the admin's got to post something saying, everybody take a Valium. We don't find that with the power agents. They're all very loving, caring group of people. We attract the same type of people. The website is really quite incredible. There's over 500 forms, flyers, and checklists. So what happens if the magic is at the classroom? When you go to the website classroom and you click on that, it brings you to, this is just like a 20th of the page. Like if I scroll down, it's alphabetical. So you'll see the first tab says B for buyers. And but let's say you needed help on farming or self-promotion, which a lot of today was from that tab. When you click on that, there's literally hundreds. I'm not kidding you. We counted it once. We are over 550 forms, flyers, checklists, dialogue, and all of these can be customized to you. So these are pieces you can use in your marketing. Now, because there's so much, we added this feature called favorite, right? So if let's say you see something like that one there, that is, I don't know if you can read it, it says the top 10 projects to increase your home's value. So that's a flyer that you put your contact information in, blah, 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 blah. And if you favorite it, it goes into a separate folder called your favorites. So, which you'll see it on the screen there. I'm not going to circle it, but you'll see it in the bottom right-hand corner. Like that tab is tied to your username and password, right? We also use this similar technology that Google uses in searching. So let's say you had you needed help with FSBOs and you're not sure where to find it. Well, you just type in FSBO and then everything FSBO related, whether it's a dialogue, whether it's an ad, whether it's infographics, whether it's video or training or something, it's all there for you. So we have that. We love that. And Bud, one of our power agents, used to have to wait a whole year to see Darryl live. Can't wait to get back to live though, Bud. So $47 a month is a bargain. I get the kind of training every week I used to wait a year for. It's very nice. So here's the gifts and the bonuses we have for you guys. Look at this. Okay, so when you sign up today, you're going to get an email where you can download a PowerPoint slide deck that you can use on your listing appointments. It's 103 slides. Plus, you get an hour training on how to deliver those slides. Plus, remember I talked about this customizable guide that you can give to your buyers or to your sellers to prepare them for this multiple offer crazy market that we're in. So that we've created, you'll get that. This is all going to get emailed to you immediately. Once you click on that thing and you sign up, it gets emailed with a link to download all this stuff. And if you're a new agent or experienced agent and you need to reboot your career, we created this 29-page guide saying, all right, listen, here's the top things you should be doing right now to reinvent your business or as a new agent. We took our favorite 12 prospecting dialogues, which is my strength, by the way. Even though there's a lot of print content that we have for you, I'm the guy you go to if you want to learn how to master the telephone. So how to call FSBOs and expireds and past clients, like I'm the phone guy. So we took our 12 most favorite dialogues from Power Agents, say, I love this dialogue, it's magical dialogue, and we put it into this one place, along with how to set up a Facebook page. It's just a bonus thing for those of you who don't have a business page set up. You know, there's 10 easy steps on how to do that. We put together a breakthrough business plan that is unlike any other of my colleagues' business plans out there, because a lot of them just focus on if you want to make 100 grand divided by number of listings and sales and appointments you need to make. This one is really intense because there's 3 plans in there. If you're an agent that needs now business, there's a business plan for now business, how to get listings in the next 30 days. If you're a successful agent, you've already got business, here's your future business, how to plant the seeds and grow your business. And then if you're a mega producing agent, there's a section on financial freedom, how to plan financially for your exit strategies. So there's nothing like, we're real proud of that. Plus those predictions for 2021. Julie, I'm not going to go to that slide. I think it'll confuse things. There's another slide deck that Julie was creating for us that's not on the screen. You are going to get it, though, and that is a farming field guide. There's 11 strategies for farming. I told everybody on the team last minute, let's give that to everybody, too. So you're going to get that as well. Plus, a copy of these slides, a copy of this webinar recording, and if you need a CRM, we have that for you. Everything is valued over, actually, $1,900 now that I've added that other thing. But you get it for $5 today. And if you decide to cancel in the next day or two, everything on the screen you get to keep. So that's all that we've got as far as this. I encourage you to, we're going to stay now and do some coaching. So if you have a question about either A, something that I just taught, or B, you have questions about the Power Program, this is your chance to ask it in the little chat on the screen. Julie's going to read it for you. So I'm going to let you go, Julie. What do you got?
Awesome. Joe, you shared the 184 things a realtor does to earn their commission. Where would that be on the in the classroom?
So great question. So let me show you. As a matter of fact, what I'll do, gang, is I'm actually logged in live on the Power Program site right now. I'm under Sarah's username. So if I go to Classroom, there's a couple of ways that you can find it. One is it's going to be in farming, and everything in the website is alphabetical. So this one being 184, it's an e-guide though. So we grouped the e-guides together. Remember I showed those? Oh, there's the farming one. See, Julie, you didn't even have to create the slide. It's right there. So let me show you. I'm going to open the actual file. I just clicked on it, and you'll see what's happening is that it's downloading on my computer right now. And while it's doing that, I'm going to open up that e-guide one. And here's the e-guide, the farming e-guide, and which is taking a little bit longer than I would like. And so while that's doing that, I want to show you one other thing because they're big files. If let's say you still forgot what I said and you wanted to find the 184 guide, if I just type in the word 184 and hit search, it will search the entire website, and it's going slow right now. And there it is. So if you're not sure where something is, think of what the title is and type it in the search bar, you'll find it. But here is the, it's still loading. Everybody is on the website right now, probably overtaxing it. Let's go to the next question, Julie.
Yes, I'm trying to build my CRM from past clients. What can I send them to ask for their birthdays or anniversaries? It seems weird to ask them that if you haven't spoken to them in a while.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't want to like start calling up past clients, say, "Hey, how you doing? What's your birthday?" So you're going to have to.
No, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, so there's a couple ways you can do that. First of all, if it's something recent, there might be some closing documents or loan application or something like that where maybe you can get that information. I know there's, well, could you share that or something? Hey, listen, if you ask the loan officer, listen, do you have their date, their birth date, just the month and year? They'll give that to you, and that's totally fine. You're not asking for the social security number or anything like that. That's one way to do it. The second thing is when you do speak to them or you do call them, try and find that information out. Just throw it in as a by the way question. Bury it in with, how are you guys doing? How are the kids? Blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm getting ready for my birthday. When's your birthday? So you kind of work it in somehow. The third thing is when you are meeting clients for the first time, you should start gathering that information. So that should be part of your questions when you meet people for the first time. And when you get a listing and after people list with you and they sign the listing form saying, thank you. One of the things I like to do too is send birthday gifts and stuff. Can I get your birth date? So after they hire you, you can ask it that way.
It's a great way to do that as well. And I know we have a dialogue, I think in prospecting for assistants. So the assistant calls and says, I'm updating our files. So the assistant actually can kind of gather some of that information. And it seems like it makes sense for them because they're updating files kind of thing. That's Julie. Thanks for
picking that up. There is, if you go in the prospecting tab of the classroom, again, everything's alphabetical. So there's dialogue. So there's a business update for an admin. So the admin can just be calling people to update information for the records. And that makes it even easier. And you can have all those calls made in one shot because an admin asking for, I just want to confirm your name, your address, your birth date, and that kind of stuff. Let me show you. This is the 184 things that we just said. And it's just an incredible marketing piece. Now, because you'll notice what this is, and this is how you can edit things. It's in PowerPoint. So look what I'm doing here. Do you see me moving this? This is where you would put your contact information. So you can edit and customize this. Now, this 184 thing, so you would put your picture there. You would delete me. Bing, I'm gone. And you put your contact information. But that's 14 pages. Let me show you one other thing. We're going back to the questions. Which is that farming field guide. Look at how many pages this thing is. It's 19 pages. It's just a beautiful guide for you in helping you do a farming campaign. So this is extra content here beyond what I talked about today. And we're giving you this as a bonus too for the $5. Some of the things that we talked about are in here, like the 3 letters. I love these letters. All right, next question, Julie.
Will you show everybody where the letters are located in the classroom, the letters you talked about today?
Yes. Okay. So where am I? If I go to farming and self-promotion, so I'm just going to backspace it. So I go farming, which is alphabetical, and then again, letters. So I'm going to look for L for letters, and they'll see flyers. Everything that you see on the screen, these are all customizable to put your contact information in. And you can download these and save them on your local computer. But here's the letters. Those are the 3 powerful letters that I just talked about. Oh, here's something else we recently did. Not everybody needs this, but for some of you, you're in a highly, you're Spanish, or your market is reads Spanish. So we, wherever possible, we made things also translated into Spanish. But this particular, the 3 letters that I just showed you, is a Word document. And let me just move that. I have a split screen over here, so let me move that over. So now here's the 3 letters in a Word document where you can open it up and edit it and put your contact information and save it. And anyway, so that's that. Next question, Julie.
Will the RPR training be recorded tomorrow?
Yeah, yes, it will be. So Power Agents, we have, when you go to dashboard, which this is where you would reserve for the webinars on the dashboard. So this is the classroom, our coaching calls, webinar registration. So for Power Agents, you would register here because tomorrow's RPR training is just for Power Agents. So periodically we have just Power Agent sessions. And but that's how you register, but we will record it. It'll be there for you. This is the Zillow webinar. I'm pretty excited about what to do now that Zillow is a competing brokerage, because this is going to be real important, you guys. So that's going to be on April 14th. But next week we're going to go over the actual dialogue prospecting scripts that people love so much. So and where we record the webinars, gang, is in the website training section of the website. Now, I do want to show you one other thing. Am I in the wrong place? I'm in the wrong place. Sorry.
Webinars on demand.
Webinars on demand. Yeah. So if I go to webinars on demand, which is in the classroom section, there's so many webinars. We gave it a dedicated page. And what you'll notice is that like today's webinar is going to be here. It's going to move everything over. So these are all done in date order. Now, Power Agents, you see that when I use my slides, you'll actually get a copy of the slides. So if I were to how to build a referral business from the bottom up as an example, that webinar training is here, plus there's the slides. So you can download the PowerPoint slides today and the video today. There's one other thing I want to show you guys is if you have any questions, that little bubble there, we have a great support team. They're live people. They respond under 5 minutes. It gets sent out to the entire team, and whoever would handle your question best will respond. So if you get lost with anything, use that bubble, man. Use and abuse us. We're here for you. Next question, Julie.
Yeah, so everything is alphabetical, guys. We're getting questions like how to find the thing. We actually are getting a lot of questions about how to send greeting cards and handwritten. So if you want to show them
sure,
greeting card, or if you go to that webinar demand, we just did a webinar with the host of AM Cards, and that's just so powerful.
So I'm not going to click here because this is going to bring us to a vendor that we've negotiated this incredible deal that's only exclusive to Power Agents. There's no monthly fee. It's a per greeting card charge. That's it. So if you send out one card, it's $2.25, but it's a greeting card. It's not a postcard. So it's 4-sided. They're really high quality. They're incredible pieces. So if you click on greeting cards, that'll bring you to that page. And you can only get to it when you're a Power Agent logged in, because it is totally Power Agent pricing special for you guys. So that's where you would do that. And that's a whole other class. And like Julie said, we do have, if you go to webinars on demand, there's going to be training on how to use that one, which is right here. We had Curtis, who is the owner of the company, and that's that training there. Next question, Julie.
Fantastic. We're getting quite a few questions about who we would use as a mailing service, and that's coming up, guys. It's in the works for you.
So when it comes to, first of all, we vet these vendors. So these are real estate tools, lead gen. These are companies that we have researched and we recommend. So that's there for you under vendors that we recommend. As far as the print on demand, that's going to be the next thing that we're adding this year, where everything on the Power Program website, you'll be able to print out and actually mail out from your computer. So you won't have to deal with another company. That's the next thing for you.
Hey, can you go back up to the dashboard, please, and show people where they can sign up for the Power Agent only webinars?
Yes. So let me go through the dashboard really quick. Is that the real? Okay. So let me go through this section. So I've been talking a lot about Classroom, which is where a lot of the content is for you guys. But the Monday coaching calls is here. So I'm going to go through the dashboard completely. So the coaching calls, here's what happens. First of all, you will I'm not going to show it because it's protected, the telephone number, just to our Power Agents. It's below here. Before I go there, I want to show you this. If you're on a coaching call and you want to take some notes, we've added this feature where you'll notice I just did a test here, but you can take notes as you learn in the program. So there's that feature. There's a way to remind yourself of the call with the telephone number and the code, and it goes into your Outlook, your Google Calendar, your Apple Calendar, whatever you're using. In addition, we record the calls. Now, the call is supposed to be an hour. I don't know if you can see on the screen, but this one is an hour and 51 minutes. This is an hour and 42 minutes. So really, we build these calls every Monday as hourly coaching calls. But the truth is, I stay on the phone until everybody's question gets answered. So however long that is how long it takes. The next part of the website is the CRM. So if you don't have a CRM, for Power Agents, we have that option for you, that we created a customized CRM for Power Agents. This one will take you to, once you're logged into your Facebook account, you click on it, it'll bring you right to the Power Agent membership closed group. And and sometimes I'll post things that are infographics, or there's news that you can use on listing appointments and notices and brainstorming and blah, 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 blah. Okay. By the way, this was the last call that we did. Now, the Monday coaching calls, we actually stream them as well to the closed group. And you'll see this number of comments, 68 comments. It's just the Monday calls are really awesome. So that's every Monday. The directory.
11 Eastern.
11 o'clock Eastern time. We have a directory for Power Agents. So, there's still some Power Agents. They need to get their photos up. I keep talking about that. So, but anyway, if let's say you need a Power Agent in Pennsylvania or Fort Lauderdale, there's Aaron. If I want to get in touch with him or know more information about Aaron and and his partner, whoever that is, I can click on it. Now, Aaron hasn't put in all the information, and he really should. So this is a missed opportunity for him. He should be putting all social media. He should put a bio. Let me go to Aaron, because I know Aaron, he's a good Power Agent, and look what he's filled in. He's filled in all of his contact information. So if you're looking for an agent in this marketplace, you can refer to another Power Agent. So a lot of Power Agents are saying they're getting referrals and making money just from the directory. But let's go to the, this is update your billing. This is the website training to get more familiar with the Power Program site, because there's so much great content in it. And this is where you register for your webinars. What else, Julie?
Yes. Is the realtor in the video that was, or just the owner, for the agent that was interviewing the local businesses? So she was in the video as well as the business owner.
Yes. Okay. So Janet Painter. Yeah. So when you're doing the interview of the vendor or of the business, you can do it a couple of different ways. If you're doing it all by yourself, you can introduce the video so you're at the front, and then you turn and focus on the vendor, which is what Kat did. Or you can have somebody hold the camera and have you both in at the same time. Now, the reason why she did it that way is because the pandemic is still like 6 feet. It was easier for her to get out, stay socially distant from the owner of the business and just focus on them. I will tell you, pay attention to the audio. That's important. So if you have a good audio, that would be good. A mic that attaches to the iPhone or whatever it's, or something to make sure you pick up the audio. Next question.
Is there a place on the website we can reach for geo leads? So what's your best recommendation for geo leads?
So the geo leads, what you want to do, gang, is use the RedX. Julie, can you make, I just noticed something that we don't have. Can you make a note, please, to add a RedX link to the classroom, like how we have with the greeting cards and with RPR, that we add a RedX link?
Yeah.
And maybe we can do a passover on the username password if that's possible. But anyway, so the geo leads is with the RedX company. So that's, you would log into your RedX account and get the geo leads that way. Now, as a power agent, you guys get an exclusive RedX deal that nobody else has, which is you don't pay for a month. You don't pay the setup fee. So you can get started with RedX and the geo leads for $0 for 30 days. And if you decide to like it, then you stay with them. And it depends on what you pick as far as what that price is. It's a separate company, so there's an additional charge.
Awesome. Do we have script questions for the interview? That's going to be in the slides, and I think we have it in the classroom as well, right?
Yeah, I gave you the questions for the interview of a business. Where are those? That was right here. So you'll get a copy of those in the slides. It's right there. So next question.
Are the videos for business interviews Facebook Live or pre-recorded, or does it matter? What would you suggest?
Okay, great question. It depends. The challenge with going Facebook Live on an interview is that if the signal drops, then the image is going to drop and it's poor. The same is true with a Facebook Live open house. But what I would do is try and stay stationary. Like if you're doing an open house and you're touring the house, that's where you can drop signals and then lose the live aspect. Me personally, to answer your question, this is what I would do. I would not do a Facebook Live on a business interview. I will record it right to my phone. You will get perfect quality and then upload it to Facebook. And there is a way, and I don't want to get lost in the weeds, but there is a way to upload to Facebook as if it was a live feed, but you need to do that either in a business account or you need to get a separate software, and I'm not going to get into that right now. So to keep it simple, just record on your phone and then post it when you want to post it from your phone, and it'll be better quality.
I love it. Eric is impressed at everything he's seen so far. If I don't make my decision today, how long is the $5 trial available?
The $5 trial, Eric, is just until I hang up this call. So I can't promise. Listen, are we going to up the price later today at 2:00? Probably not. So you're probably fine. But I will tell you, Eric, that if it works for you and if for $5 you can't lose. So here's what I would do. Because here's the other thing I will tell you. If you don't do it now, you say, maybe I'll do it later. You know how it is. You're going to forget. Something else will come up more important, and you may not act, and you'll lose out on the opportunity. Me, I always do what Warren Buffett teaches, and that's say yes to everything. And so if I were Eric, I probably would click, pay the $5, get all the stuff, and then if I wanted to cancel tomorrow, but I get to keep everything, and you still have 30 days to use it if you don't cancel. So, but anyway, so Eric, yeah, there you go. He's saying so true. You know you're going to get distracted, man, by something else. So just click the floating button right now, and you can't lose. Listen to your heart with this one. Go ahead, next question, Julie.
Pam says, spend the $5. You'll never regret it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Eric, Pam, is any power agent. If there's any power agents on the call, I would love for you to help Eric and tell him what you think about the program, if it's worth the $47 a month or if it's worth the $5. And you really, I think you can't lose. It's less than a nice big cup of Starbucks. Okay.
Well, even one marketing piece, one e-guide, one market, any little one pieces.
Well, we were talking about that. If you look at all the stuff that we have on the website for you guys, if you hired somebody to write the stuff for you that we have written, I mean, I'm not blowing smoke at you. Again, we counted the items that we had because we upgraded the site. Here's a happy birthday gift certificate that we created. Here's a past client marketing calendar. Here's another certificate to recommend vendors. Here's a post-closing bonding checklist program we created on how to stay in touch. If Joanne's on the call, Joanne, that you would love that one, the post-closing bonding program.
Added that one.
There's a just listed, just sold flyers, of course, but then there's all this other stuff. This content, if you hired somebody to write it for you and design it for you, you would spend, well, you wouldn't. It would be too costly for you. It would cost you tens of thousands of dollars. And so it's like you have, this is like your swipe file online. Like if you need something, it's there for you. You're hiring for $5 or $47 a month. You have a training company, a marketing company, a support system. It's really, I think, the best program in real estate we created. And there's more coming. There's more that we're launching this year, and you don't want to miss out and not be a part of the new launches that we have coming up. Next question, Julie.
What's cool too, since you're on that topic, is that even for our power agents on the call who might not have thought of it, all of this content, all this information, you can repurpose that any way you want. So if there's 6 reasons or the ROI stuff, you can break that up and use it on your blog. You can take that information, use it on your social media. So all the content you need to make sure that you're visually and digitally out there every day as a real estate professional in your market is all right here. You can just grab the copy and add it to, and grab the graphics.
Yeah, let me point out what you're saying, Julie. So this one where it says, 7 ways to help prepare your home for winter, right? So that, if you want, that's a newsletter. But if you wanted to open that up and copy and paste that article and then post it just as text, or you wanted to just print out the first side and make it a flyer and not a newsletter. So there are lots of ways to reuse this material. These postcards, if you wanted to, you could take a postcard and actually create and just post it online as an infographic or as a statement. So there's so much you can do with this content. Got next question from Eric. He's got here.
As a newer agent, I found myself signing up for more things that either are not as good or they seem to cost way too much, or both. I will say I've already received way more than $5 worth of value already. I just wanted to make sure this is a truly good commitment. This makes sense. We're excited.
Oh, thank you.
We're here.
Now we're a very heart-filled company. You just probably made some of the people a little teary out of my company because we want to help you. We really do. And so thanks for that. I'm glad that you recognize the value. Welcome to the Power Agent family. Next question.
Lynn says you're now part of an exclusive group by being a power agent. Less than 1% of realtors in North America. So thank you, Lynn. You're absolutely right.
Hold on, Julie, because I want to tell everybody this, especially the current power agents. So there is on the classroom, there's Power Agent Purpose. And because Lynn just pointed it out. First of all, what you all need to know is a power agent is a registered trademark. So only you can use it. If an agent is calling themselves a power agent and they're not part of this program, they're infringing on the trademark. So you have exclusive rights to use it. That's number one. Number two is one of the things that we did is we created email signature to help help brand you as a power agent with people. A power agent, so what you would do is you'd have your name in the email. So it'd say Darryl Davis, power agent with the registered trademark, that little R. And at the bottom of your email with an asterisk, you would say a power agent is a member of an exclusive program dedicated professionals, less than 1% of agents in North America committed to helping buyers and sellers to their next level in life. So there's a great way to brand yourself in this. Now, what this is, these are Power Agents of the Month. Every month we choose Power Agents based on their super Power Agents, based on their participation in the program and their referrals that they give to us. There's the logo that you can download. And while we're at it, we have the time, Julie, I'll just say this. The history behind this logo, and I believe that we talk about it on this page, is first of all, because we're Star Trek fans, this kind of resembles Star Trek a little bit because of the futuristic of what we're doing. Like we're looking into the future, trying to serve our power agents in the present. This is a P, this is an A. Also, this looks like a roof of a house, and it's circling the roof, meaning power agents are circling the whole transaction from beginning, middle, and end. So there's a lot of several meanings in the logo, and that's what that's about. Okay, next question, Julie.
Nice. Susan says, I've been a power agent for quite a while. I love the flyers, training, and letters. Whenever I have any questions, I use the chat button. It's always great and rapid responses. Thank you, Susan.
I see that next question. So the next one, and where the logo is located. When you're in the classroom, if you go, again, everything's alphabetical. If you go to Power Agent Purpose, that's the page that I was on. And while we're here, I'll just show you the prospecting is where all the dialogue is. If you need help servicing your sellers, if you need help with handling objections, if you need some motivation, there's the smile techniques. You need help with tech and training or managing your time and money. So when you click on something like time and money management, there'll be in there some articles, some videos, there'll be some charts, there'll be some things to help you stay focused. Here's the calendars that we give Power Agents each week to stay focused every month. And we have weekly calendars as well that we post for our Power Agents. So this is April and we're finishing out March. Okay. So anyway, what else you got, Julie?
Eric said, "Oh my God, I'm a Star Trek fan. You should have led with that." That makes me laugh.
Oh my gosh.
Julie,
Eric, I got to tell you some stuff. Some of the collectibles I have, like Spock's costume, I got a lot of collectibles here. Next question.
You were on the Power Agent logo. You don't even know this, but we're working on creating a Facebook frame for Power Agents. So that's in the works too.
Oh, look
you don't even know that. I was going to slide that in as a surprise. So we're working on that. That's coming up. Would love a Power Agent virtual assistant. We all need that, right? But
well, Julie, I will tell you, Julie. So a Power Agent virtual assistant, I will tell you, there's a couple of things. First of all, we do have a virtual assistant company that we recommend, that we've negotiated a deal, which saves you over $400.
It's $475.
$475. So we have that for you. That's in vendors it's actually in Tech Tools and Training. You'll find that company. But I will tell you, this little button over here, you've got virtual assistants, my company. So what I want you guys to look at my company as your support system in your business, right? So like, as you can tell, you can't implement everything that we have here. It's just, you're not supposed to. This is your toolbox for success. If you need help to improve your listing appointment, you go to listing appointment, you click there. If you have a question on how to find something, you click on that little bubble and you ask the team, where do I find this? Now, I will clarify something. We are not a tech training company. So if you don't know how to use PowerPoint, we're going to give you some videos that we've shown, but we're not going to sit online. We're not an online tech company to help you with stuff like that, but we'll direct you. And, but anyway, this is the listing appointment. Here's a whole bunch of stuff that you can use on a listing appointment, plus a training on how to do a listing appointment with a FSBO and list that. So there's just so much content. This is, by the way, Power Agents, this video clip on open houses is really good. So go to video under listing appointment, and it shows a homeowner why they need to hire a realtor versus trying to do their own open house. Go ahead. Next question, Julie.
Support system is your best personal VA. Jose needs us to call him. He's having a hard time seeing. Yes, Jose, we'll have someone call you right away. Don't worry.
Oh, you had eye surgery and don't have anyone to help me? Jose, we'll help you. Yes. So don't publish his phone number, Julie. Just copy it, please. Keep it private.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jose, we're not gonna publish your number. What you just did. But we're copying it. We're gonna call you. Okay. Colleen, you're welcome. I'll publish that while you're taking care of that, Julie. Space Coast Marketing, it handles all my techie stuff. Oh, good. Colleen, thanks for that. We're gonna save that. Don't publish that yet. Sarah, can you copy Colleen's comment there? Can you do that?
Yes, done.
Done. Okay. And so I'm gonna publish it now. Okay, good. And Julie, you're dealing with Jose. All right. Does anybody else have any questions? If not, here's what's going to happen. You need to click on that. If you're not a Power Agent, you need to click on that floating thing over there, because when we sign off this webinar, that little floating button there to start your trial disappears. And I don't want you to miss out on this. So there it goes again. So yeah, I'll look for any questions. Where can I find a door knocking flyer? So let me tell you, well, there's a couple of things. If you were to just search, I'm going to show you something. If you were to just search flyer, look what just happened. So because the word flyer is in there, there's a lot of flyers in the site. So a good door knocking flyer, Melly, it depends on what's good to you. I'm going to show you one other thing. Hang on. So I just showed you how to search the word flyer. But usually if something is a mailing piece, a promotional piece, a farming piece, it's going to be in this folder. When you go to this, Melly, and I go down to F for flyer, look at all the flyers. Now, there's a lot in Spanish too, if you care. And these are all flyers. So if, let's say, you like, I don't know, let me find one. Let's say you're in a market where there's a lot of storms lately and you want to drop off a flyer to everybody, but you're not sure. So I'll mark this one here as a favorite, the storm one. And let's say there's the over-the-phone market analysis flyer. I'm going to star that one. So I want you to pay attention. Oh, by the way, this is a cool flyer. The Salopoly, to show people that what you do is bring people through the board of real estate. Now, look what I just did. I tagged those three. Melly, watch. I'm going to go up to the classroom again. I can go classroom here, or I can hit backspace because that's where I just was. And then if I go to favorites, watch this, Melly. Those three flyers that I just tagged are here, but they're still alphabetical. There is, where is it? Flyer. Did something go wrong? I can't find it. Where is it? Is it at the bottom? Oh, there it is. It's at the bottom. It's not alphabetical because it's the last three that I just clicked on. There is the Salopoly game. There is the over-the-phone flyer, and there is the lightning one. So these other ones are ones that I tagged in other webinars as a demonstration. So Melly, to answer your question, go to farming, go to flyers, look at the ones you like, tag them, and then go back to them and say, all right, which one do I want to use first? Okay.
Melly, also, if you look in farming, you'll find the dialogue for door knocking, and it talks about the neighborhood market report and offering that. So there's dialogue, and that goes with this, that marketing report, that certificate there. You can have those printed out and hand those out as you're door knocking, that this is something that a service that you provide. So that's another great thing to do. Eloise, do we have follow-up scripts for Facebook leads?
Well, let's see. I actually don't think I have, I don't think I have specifically for Facebook. So let me just see.
We do have a text though. And I think that's a lead follow-up text.
We do. Let's take a look. First, I'm in prospecting. Let's look at all the dialogues that we have. I have a buyer dialogue, book of business, expired voicemail, expired dialogue, door knocking, calling around a new listing, follow up on an open house. I got that follow up, foreclosure.
Dennis just asked the best dialogue for following up around a house you just sold. So that's right there. That's going to be in prospecting.
Intro call to my farm, FSBO voicemail. I will tell you the FSBO voicemail, people tell us they get calls back 50% of the time. That's real. And that's true about the expired one too. Old FSBOs, vacant property, past clients, your first call. Like if you haven't talked to your past clients in a long time, we created that. Past client check-in call. Orphan adoption is, I'm not going to teach that now, but if you read it, it would make sense. So let me see the text, Julie. So I don't have something that's a follow-up after Facebook, but as Julie said, we do have text messaging. And in the text messaging, there is dialogue for Facebook follow-up. So we have that. So it's texting follow-up, not phone dialogue. Okay. Next question, Julie.
Kathy just signed up. Looks great. Welcome, Kathy. We're excited. She wants to know, do you suggest emailing, or can you use these flyers for mailing? And do you suggest having them printed from a printing company? That's a lot of questions there. So do you want to take that?
Yeah, Kathy, you can email the flyers if you want. So there's no wrong answer. So it's all about contact, right? So Kathy, first of all, you can email flyers for sure. Second thing is that's easy to do with our flyers. The second thing, as far as printing them out, you can either print them in-house if you have access to a color printer, If you're doing large quantities, maybe you go to a printing house. We're going to make the printing. We're doing a deal with a printing house. And so that we'll take care of that for you, but that's going to be coming up. In the meantime, like for the next couple of weeks, you can simply go to FedEx and print it at one of those stores like that. There's other companies too, but that's more.
Save it as a PDF and send it to your local printer.
Yeah, and they'll tell you how to do that, Kathy. So, these are easy to do that. Next question.
Claudia, can we email the flyer directly from the system to prospects, or should we download it first? So you're going to want to download it so you can customize it.
Yeah, because so anything that you would mail out, let me go back to the mailing side of things. Like I'm just going to go, because it's already open, it's easier. I mean, this is not a flyer. This is the e-guide, but you want to open this up first, because there's where you can put your contact information. Now, we've already put the logo in there for you. And if you wanted to add, this is what I was saying earlier about calling yourself a power agent as a title. So Darryl is power agent, and there's the logo. And now it's customized, and now I can just print it out, and I'm good to go. Now, this will be in black and white. If you have a color printer, then you would choose your color printer, and then you can print the whole thing out, and you can bind it. And there's my contact information at the bottom. And I could add more if I want to add my phone number to it or anything I want to write. So these things are all customizable for you.
Yep, you can add your company, you can add your email address, your phone number, all of that. Do we have a prospect seller's questionnaire? We have a seller's guide, which is amazing. That has all kinds of questions in it.
But if you're looking for something on a listing appointment, if you go into the listing appointment, there is a series of questions, and there's a training. I'm not going to get into showing it now, but there's a training on how to do a listing appointment. And in that training, it'll tell you, here's the questions you're going to ask to a homeowner. Next question.
Is there an expired package to send the first day?
Yeah, same thing. If I go to farming, there's a lot of, first of all, if I type expired, that's one way you can do it. And just search the whole entire website for anything that's related to expired. Here's an old logo, Julie. Look at that. So there's some videos on expireds and how to call them. There's the dialogue. There's expired letter 7, 5, 6, and there's even more than that. If I were to go to there's some more letters. If I go to classroom and farming and self-promotion, that's where I would find letters. If I go to the L, and then I'm going to look for expired. So L, A, B, C, there. Expired, sometimes they don't sell. Expired agent referral, expired listing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 letters. And then there's other flyers too that you can use. Somewhere in here, there's expired flyers as well. Next question, Julie.
Daniel asks, I sold my mother's house last year. The neighbor who was thinking about selling just retired. How would you send him, mail him, contact him to be top of mind without being pushy?
Hold on, let me read that question. I sold my mother's house last year. The neighbor who I know is thinking about selling it and just retired. Danny, what I would actually do is, in that case, I would stop by their house, because they're a neighbor to your mom's. You know them. You know they're retired. I would just knock on his door, check on how he's doing, and bring something of value, some kind of report, some kind of package, something from the website here. The seller's guide is just beautiful that we talked about. So anything like that. And then based on how that conversation goes, it'll tell you how you should follow up with him. Next question.
And Daniel, Joanne, we talked about earlier, she actually took that seller's guide. She had it bound and she used it on her listing presentations and when she's prospecting. So
yeah.
When is your next class? We have a class tomorrow with RPR for our power agents. And we have our next webinar will be next Wednesday, open webinar.
So if I go to the, if I go to the dashboard and I go to webinar registration for the power agents, there you're going to see all of the trainings. So this was today's class. And this here is every Tuesday, power agents, we do an onboarding session for you because the depth of this program is so much that we're there for you every Tuesday to answer questions and do some tutorials. So that's there for you every Tuesday. This was today's webinar. That's tomorrow's on RPR, which is an incredible tool. Now, by the way, just so you all know, even the guests, RPR is free for realtors. And a lot of realtors are not using it. They're not aware of it, and they don't recognize what you get for free is so incredible. It's foolish not to use it. So that's why we've hired these guys to come in and train our power agents on how to use it. And we added it to the classroom as a separate link. And then next Wednesday, I'm going to actually demonstrate the top 10 prospecting dialogues. I'll actually not role play them, but demonstrate them. And there'll be slides of that. The Zillow thing I'm pretty passionate about because this is a problem that people are not paying attention to. Even some people are downplaying it. Zillow is a competitor now. And so you need to reconsider how you use your marketing dollars. This one here, Curbio, we're real excited. Curbio is a company that actually will, if there's a house that needs some repair and the homeowner doesn't have the money, this company will come in and do the repairs, whether it's paint a room or fix a door or something like that. And the homeowner does not have to pay them, the homeowner, until closing. So at closing, when the homeowner gets their proceeds, they pay Curbio then. So we're having Olivia come in and teach the power agents. That's an exclusive just to power agents on what that is. And there's more. So that's just the next few weeks.
Melody just joined. She wants to know if she has access to the RPR webinar. Yep, do just what he just said. Just go to, once you log in, go to that dashboard and you'll click on that. You don't even have to register for tomorrow because it will automatically send you that the links.
Yep. So Julie just told you, once you are a power agent, you use your username and password, log into the website, and you'll automatically be reserved for this, and you'll be given the information for tomorrow's training.
Exactly. Carmen says tomorrow is April 1st, so there'll be a lot of expired listings on the market. How many touches and what content should I send and how often?
So Carmen, my preference is for expireds is to they either list with you or decide that they're not selling. So I would really work them hard and strong quickly. The first preference, Karma, is to call them. And if you don't have the phone number, to get the phone number, RedX is the company that will get that for you. But you'll have to set up your account with RedX. And so there's that process. So if you're a power agent, you'll get access to RedX and you'll get it for free for a month. So that'd be the first thing. Then use the expired dialogue that's in the classroom under prospecting. The second thing is, so I'm going to go to prospecting. The third thing to do is knock on their door if RedX can't find their phone number or you're not a member of RedX. So if I go to dialogue, there's the expired dialogue and there's the expired voicemail dialogue. The fourth thing I would do is door knock if you don't have any of their phone numbers. And you can use the expired dialogue and tweak it for door knocking. It's very simple. That's why we don't have a special dialogue for that. So that's what I would do. And then as far as mailing them, I would mail them every day after you've done all that stuff. And there's letters in there to do that as well. Because you want to just stay on top of them until they tell you, stop mailing me, I've already relisted, or we're not selling. Okay. Next, any other questions? Is that it? Okay. Listen, gang, we're going to shut down the webinar now. So that button is going to go away, that floating button there. So click on it now, become a power agent. Welcome to the family. Those of you that signed up, we welcome you to the power agent family. We consider your participation very important, very special. When we wake up each and every morning, we think about how can we serve you and improve what we do to help your lives work. The commitment here at Power Headquarters to help you design a career and life worth smiling about. So anything that we can do in addition to what we already do, just let us know. We're here for you. Okay. Julie, thank you very much. Sarah, thank you very much. Gail, thank you very much. And the rest of the team that's been listening in during this call. Do me a favor, everybody. Please stay safe. We ain't out of this yet. We're getting there. Stay safe. Stay focused. And don't forget to keep smiling. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.